what we see and putting some different lenses on in these coming weeks. So here's a song from Tonic called "Open Up Your Eyes." Choosing stones big enough to drag me down where I am. People's voices make hollow sounds. Just be quiet, they'll go away. Open up your eyes. Don't let your mind tell the story here. Open up your eyes. Just let me go. It's so safe. It's so safe floating in the glass. While above all your troubles pass. Just be quiet, they'll go away. Open up your eyes. Don't let your mind tell the story here. Open up your eyes. Just let me go. Open up your eyes. Don't let your mind tell the story here. Open up your eyes. Just let me go. Your eyes. Don't let your mind tell the story here. Open up your eyes. Just let me go, let me go, let me go. Open up your eyes. Just let me go. Yeah, all right. About a little 90s to wake us up here. Well, welcome once again. My name is Chris over here. We're just gonna kind of keep warming things up a little bit, help you sit with some thoughts and themes. This next one is one that ends up getting played a lot in my household. It's from a show called Julie and the Phantoms. A lot of fans out there, I can tell. Kids, are you here or what? All right. You got it. Does anybody know the show Julie and the Phantoms? I know there's one short person getting coffee over here who does, but anywho, sing along. But Monty's gonna sing this one for us, and just wonder at it a little bit.
Here's the one thing that I want you to know. You got someplace to go. Life's a test, yes, but you go toe to toe. You don't give up, no, you grow. And you use your pain 'cause it makes you you. Though I wish I could hold you through it. No, it's not the same. You got living to do, and I just want you to do it. So get up, get out, relight that spark. You know the rest by heart. Wake up if it's all you do. Look out, look inside of you. It's not what you lost, it's what you gained. Raising your voice to the rain. Wake up your dream and make it true. Look out, look inside of you. It's not what you lost. Realize that spark, time to come out of the dark. Wake up, wake up. Better wake those demons. Just look them in the eyes. No reason not to try. Life can be a mess. I won't let it cloud my mind. I'll let my fingers fly. And I use the pain, 'cause it's part of me, and I'm ready to power through it. Gonna find the strength, find the melody, 'cause you show me how to do it. So get up, get out, relight that spark. You know the rest by heart. Wake up if it's all you do. Look out, look inside of you. It's not what you lost, it's what you gained. Raising your voice in the rain. Wake up your dream and make it true. Look out, look inside of you. It's not what you lost. Relight that spark, time to come out of the dark. Wake up, wake up. So let's be right. I wanna hear it. No need to fear it, you're not alone. You're gonna find your way home. Wake up if it's all you do. Look out, look inside of you. It's not what you lost, it's what you gained. Raising your voice in the rain. Wake up your dream and make it true. Look out, look inside of you. It's not what you lost. Realize that spark, time to come out of the dark. Wake up, wake up.
Yeah, all right. Well, would you, as you're able and up for it, would you just stand up? Feel your feet on the floor. Feel your body in this place. I know I'm guilty a lot of times of just moving from one thing to the next without ever even considering my body. But let yourself be here. Let yourself be present. And I would love for us to sing this next one together. This is from our friends, The Brilliance. And I would really encourage you to put your eyes on some of those lyrics, sing them out, and just to get it in your head, because I want you to even sing it that very first time around. Hear this chorus and sing along with me real quick. Sorry on the slides there, Chris, if you can get to it, great, but I wanna see the love all around you, all around you. I wanna know that love is all around you. It's all around you. Yeah, just like that. So let's sing this out together. start to hate again, calling them names again. We give our peace away. And I hope they see it, 'cause I wanna see it. I hope we believe it. Sing this. I wanna see the love all around you, all around you. I wanna know that love is all around you, all around. Shout day by day, hope fades away, and then you know that there is pain within. You cannot medicate. Learn to feel, learn to begin again. Open our eyes again to see our brother's pain. I hope they see it, 'cause I wanna see it. Hope we believe it. I wanna see the love all around you, all around you. I wanna know that love is all around you, it's all around you. See how it lights you up, it lights you up. See how it lights you up, it lights you up. See how it lights you up, it lights you. Sing it one more time. I wanna see the love all around you, all around you. I wanna know that love is all around you, it's all around you. You can have a seat, please.
There we go. Oh, thank you, Ben. That was beautiful. I see the love all around us here. I think I feel it, and it's beautiful. That's right. It is. Yeah, it is oddly like a little sweatbox in here today. So, good morning, Fabric. My name is Garrett Tews, and my wife Lynn is over there handing out papers. Our family has been a part of this Fabric community for, well, let's see, our son is going into high school this year, and we were here before he was born, so it's got to be about 15, 16 years. So it's been quite a ride. And, for our family, one of the biggest things that we love about Fabric is just the sense of connection, the connection to a third space or third place, whatever you want to call it. Connection to this community, connection to conversation, the chance to wrestle with these kind of big God questions that we all have. So this has, just been a really great home for us to explore some of those questions and, just, again, get to be a part of a community with all you lovely people. So let's see. Oh, welcome also to the live streamers. Thanks for joining us that way today as well. Kids, I see a lot of kids in here today, and I feel a lot of excitement because today is kind of the soft launch, I guess, if you will, the warm-up week for our exciting new series this spring called To the Wild. Welcome to the Wild. I almost had it. So looks like everybody's kind of got things figured out, but if you need to know what color or bug you are, you can check at the check-in table over there. And at this time, I think you're going to all follow Della and Heidi and head to the gym. And this is an exciting series for the kids because our middle school and high school youth are going to be helping lead this series. So it's a great kind of leadership training opportunity for them. So yeah, got a good crew of them today, so that's great. We also have the Nest open for babies and toddlers just around the corner and in the media center. Let's see, Sunday papers. Hopefully you all got a Sunday paper here. If you didn't, Lynn has some extras down there. Just raise your hand and she can come deliver one for you. Let's see, coffee, tea, water on the table. Feel free to get up and do what you need. Bathrooms are down the hall to the left. There is an all-gender bathroom down the hall. Follow the signs to the right in the teacher's lounge. That also has a changing table available there as well. If this is your first visit, an extra special welcome to you today. We just, love having new people join us in these conversations and kind of wrestle with these big ideas that we're constantly, coming up with. The staff does a great job of developing content and really making us think and wrestle with these questions. So let's see. In your Sunday packet, you should have gotten a connection card, and these are a great way to communicate with the staff. And we encourage everybody to just write down, put your name at least, contact information, and any questions, comments, doodles, funny jokes, whatever you have, put those in there. It's a great spot for that. And then we'll drop those in the white baskets later on in this morning. Let's see. Within the Sunday paper, you'll find information about different events that are happening coming up in the next kind of several weeks. One thing that I want to make a special note of is the What's Up with Fabric event that's going to be on April 27th at 6 o'clock, 6 to 7:30 at the Center of Belonging. So if you're not familiar with the What's Up with Fabric events, they're a biannual, or twice a year. Is that biannual? Is that what that means? I don't know. Or is that every 2 years? Semi-annual, yeah. But it's a chance for us to gather as a community, and usually we develop some topic that we're kind of dealing with this year. Where it's still being developed, but it's going to be around kind of the idea of engagement and welcoming kind of new people to the community. So we really hope that you all can join us, as many of you as possible. So make a little note in your communication card, maybe, if you're available. Again, that's in a few weeks on Monday, the 27th, at the Center of Belonging, where the office is. Let's see. And I think on that note, kind of related to the whole idea of welcoming new people and engagement, let's get up and say hi, and maybe you can share maybe one of your first experiences in engaging with this community, one of your first visits here or at the falls, or just how you kind of came, or maybe it was just online. So yeah, get up and say hi to somebody you know or don't know very well, or you haven't seen for a while, and talk about the weather, or talk about that idea of how you came to be at Fabric. So thanks, everybody.
Hi. Sorry, I got distracted looking at people greeting and smiling and saying hello and even hugging here. So sending a hug from Field to all of you watching live right now with us or later. Welcome, welcome. However we can connect, right? We got to do it. So way to go. Sometimes the hardest part is just pausing, slowing your life down enough and saying, okay, I need to get some perspective. I need to take a break. I need to just take a breath. So I hope you feel that this morning. And I hope you give yourself a pat on the back for giving yourself that gift and giving other people that gift. So how did you find Fabric? I'm so curious. You can fill out the connection card online under contact, fabricmpls.com. Let us know. You can also pop in the chat. I'll pop on there after I'm done talking to you and see if anybody put any comments in there or stories about how they found this community. So I'd love to hear. And just love to hear how life is for you and how things land that you hear this morning. And just any connection, we just value so much. So my name's Melissa. You'll hear from Ian in a minute. And then there are so many awesome people who make this happen. So I want to thank Chris and Joe and Chris and Dan in the back today that make this live stream possible and the sound all work. So yeah, shout outs to them. Shout outs to community. Let's all keep being it beyond today too. Thanks.
Good morning, everybody. Good to be together. Thanks for being here, for introducing yourselves to one another. Yeah. My name's Ian. Glad to see you all today. We are kicking off a new series called Seeing Things, and it kind of stemmed out of, I don't remember if it was a joke in the office or what, but we were talking about Viewmasters, and I kind of turn toward the light, and you can see these 3D images. Both of these are loaded with The Muppet Show. So if you want, you can come grab one and play with it. But across the next several weeks, 5 weeks, we are going to be holding up, kind of like these Viewmaster slides, holding up some of the stories that we have access to from the original Easter, sort of the OG Easter stories that are in the Bible, and holding them up kind of like a lens to the light. Like, you don't travel to the places when you look at a Viewmaster. I remember as a kid, my grandma had a Viewmaster, and she kept all the kid toys in the guest bedroom at her house. And I would go in there and grab one of these Viewmasters, and my favorite one was just nature. And so I grew up in the Twin Cities here, so the idea of just like looking out the window at a mountain was a foreign idea, but with a Viewmaster, I could do it. And I remember this one particular image. It was a mountain way in the background, but it was kind of like, there's like these layers on the Viewmaster slides of depth, and I just was so fascinated by it because it was like framed on either side by trees, and then there was water kind of in the middle ground, and then way far away was this mountain. I remember sitting down, I was probably 7, 8 years old, in the bedroom, and if you held it to the light, if you held it just right with like the natural light coming in, you could really see the depth, right? And so I remember sitting on the guest bed and holding up this mountain scene to my eyes and clicking through. It makes a very... Does that sound bring you back? Yeah. And just being amazed, like being fully in that world. Like I was on the water looking at the mountain, and then I took it off my eyes, and I'm now back in the flatlands of the Twin Cities. I hadn't actually gone there, But something peaceful happened to me, just like spending time looking at this scene. I hadn't gone there, but maybe something had kind of changed in me in that moment. I don't even remember. I was probably being a dingleberry and got sent to the guest bed to just like have a break from everybody for a little bit. But it worked, right? And so what we're kind of poking at with this idea is like these stories, these Easter stories where Jesus was reportedly showing back up to people. Like he had been dead and then he wasn't. And it's really easy for us to look at those stories and go, oh, like they were clearly just seeing things. Well, maybe they were. But also something happened where they weren't the same as when they held the slide up to their eyes, right? And so that's what I want to invite you into. You don't have to believe that the Muppets are right in front of you to see them and then put them back down. So we're gonna play with these Easter stories and see what happens for us. That's the invitation. We're holding these stories up, and what we're not gonna do is ask you to like in your own mind, your own thinking, like settle some big theological debate or figure out whether or not this physical resurrection happened in exactly the sort of biological way that others might, we don't need to do that, because what we're going to do is just use the stories as a lens to look at our lives through, right? We're asking, what do you see when you really look? And what happens to you when you really look and when you really see some of these stories? So this series, it's following the thread that we pulled on at Easter last week a little bit. From He Is Woke Indeed, we were talking about woke and the original 20th century African-American vernacular English meaning, which is to be alert, awake, to see clearly. These stories are about people who suddenly started seeing what they couldn't see before, and that's what we're after. So this first week, we are talking about like the classic Easter story, where everybody, if you grew up going to church, it's the one you most likely heard. This is the story you heard when you were dressed in your finest Sunday Easter dress, right? And it's the story of Mary Magdalene, who is one of the closest followers of Jesus, and the story starts where after he had died, he had been put in the tomb, and Mary is standing outside the tomb weeping and crying. And she had gone to, anoint his body. Here's one image of Mary. She's not there to pray. She's not there to worship. She's just wrecked. She's deep in grief, like this close friend and teacher and coworker, essentially, had been killed. And she looks in the tomb, and his body's not in there, right? So the tomb is open. She goes in. There's two angels sitting there, and that wasn't enough for her to go, oh, something's up, She was so deep in grief that even just two angelic beings doesn't freak her out, doesn't pull her out of her grief. It's pretty wild. But then she turns, she's kind of peeking in there, and she turns, and there's somebody standing nearby. And she believes it to be the gardener, right? The gardener in this garden where this tomb is. And it turns out it's Jesus, but she doesn't recognize him. Again, she's just so deep in grief. Like something that's not possible that it's him. I don't know who it is, but it's not him. So she says, like, hey, where did you take him? Did you take his body? Where'd you put it? And in one word, he replies to her. He just says, Mary, right? And in that one word of recognition, her name, everything shifts, and she wakes up to what has happened. She doesn't know how it happened. She doesn't need to. She's just seeing what she's seeing. She's having the interaction she's having. So I just want to have us sit with that for a moment. That moment of recognition, when somebody sees you in all of your whatever you're going through, your grief, your fear, your uncertainty, maybe your elation, your hope, your Pollyanna-ish hope about what could be, and somebody goes, hey, and it just says your name. Like, come back to reality here, right? Like, he didn't offer her an explanation. He didn't say, oh, wasn't that a cool trick? Here's how I did it. None of that. He didn't prove anything. He just said her name, and she woke up. She saw differently. She saw more clearly. She became aware. The rest of the story here is that they have this interaction. He's like, don't hold on to me. It's from the Gospel of John. So there's four books in the Bible that are like the life and times of Jesus, and John is one of them. And it's got all sorts of just flowery language. But in this interaction, she grabs onto him. She's like, teacher. And he's like, don't hold on to me, for I have gone to the Father, and I'm going to go back to the Father. It turns into this orator for a minute. But that's not the point of the story for me today. It's that they have this interaction, and she has no other choice in the moment. She has no other. What her body does is to run back to the others, to the other disciples, to the men who, for the record, were all afraid and had deserted this whole moment and were hiding. And she goes back to them because she's the one that keeps showing up, even in the hard moments. And she says, I have seen Jesus. He's alive. Which makes Mary the first preacher in the Christian movement. Yeah. Don't let anybody tell you women can't be pastors. It's a cool story. This is the moment that we're exploring today. It's the experience of truly being seen, of having somebody say your name, and then waking up to belonging. That's what we're after today. So, this story, I think, if we're going to put this on like a Viewmaster slide and hold it up to the light and get some value out of it, this story really confronts a lie that we've been told. It's an incredibly kind of Western lie that we've been told, which is this, and this is the first fill-in on the back of your Sunday paper, that connection is a luxury. The lie we've been told is that connection is a luxury, that it's not a most basic thing. We do live in a culture, and many of us carry sort of theological ideas and sociological ideas, relational ideas, that quietly teaches us that survival comes first, connection comes later. Survival first, then connection, right? That we got to first get the basics handled. Food, water, shelter, that's got to come first. Then we can work on the sort of self-actualization and the belonging and the love, right? Are there any images that come to mind for you, like hierarchies, perhaps? Yeah. This idea, for me, immediately I think of Maslow, Abraham Maslow, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? Where you've got your basic things on the bottom, and then all the way up to the top, which is like self-esteem and self-actualization, which some people are enlightened enough to achieve, right? Connection only shows up after your survival needs are met. But there's something worth noting about Maslow and the Maslow's hierarchy of needs that I was taught. I was taught this stuff in school. Were any of you? Yeah, I was taught this as like truth, big T truth, that this is how humans are, and it's the only way that humans are. Let's talk about it. Because it's worth noting that this was a new idea in 1942 or 44, whenever it was that Abraham Maslow drew a triangle and arbitrarily started putting these things in here. Throughout his life, he was the rare, wise old man that changed his mind. He started rearranging these things. His pyramid, he never got rid of the pyramid, because the pyramid, I think, is what mattered for him. It's what he was known for. But he changed the contents of the pyramid. So kudos to him for adjusting, for learning, and changing, right? That's good. But in 1938, where he got this is Abraham Maslow went up to Alberta, Canada, and he visited the Blackfoot Siksika Nation in Alberta, this indigenous community, and was moved because the way that they lived was very unlike his family of origin, was very unlike his culture of origin. And he was stuck on his theory of human development. And so he went to spend time in this community where he encountered what he encountered profoundly shaped his thinking. But when he built his famous hierarchy of needs, what he did was he borrowed generously from their cultural understanding and their metaphors, the Blackfoot Siksika folks. He borrowed generously from them and then made that source essentially invisible. It's been in recent decades that we've learned that, Maslow was just taking indigenous wisdom, flipping it around, and making it his own. Here's the deepest problem that Maslow did. He inverted what he found. He flipped it. He made it about the individual, because that's the wisdom he was after. He was studying individual human development. And so he took this and he rearranged their entire way of being and made it to fit the individual outside of community. So then something like self-actualization, belonging, love becomes the rare thing at the top of the pyramid, right? The Blackfoot model uses a teepee. They have these, when you think about like teepees from like old movies and stuff, the Blackfoot Siksika folks, those tribes had like the ones that are in the movies. I mean, these big, beautiful structures, big, huge beams that are leaned together, and then canvases, skins are stretched around. They're just gorgeous. Here's what they look like. But the Blackfoot model uses a teepee instead of a pyramid. There is no peak. It just keeps going and going and going and it gets expansive, okay? So that's the first thing I want to say. The second thing is that self-actualization, this idea of like knowing who you are deeply, experiencing love and belonging, this is the base. It's the first thing. It's the first and fundamental thing that matters. And then comes community actualization. And then the highest aspiration that a people, not an individual, that a people can aspire to is actually cultural perpetuity. That you're so ingrained, you belong so deeply and fundamentally that actually your culture can continue. That actually you can connect beyond your tribe, right? Like that was the highest aspiration, the ongoing flourishing of people across generations. So you're thinking all of a sudden not just about me as an individual, or me and my partner, or me and my partner and our kids, or me, right? Like this is how we think, right? I'm going to save up my money. I'm going to make the right investments so that I can give all of that to Raleigh and Sigrid to blow on toys, or whatever. There's this very kind of like my lineage, my family, myself thing. And that's not what Maslow encountered. In other words, what I want to say is this: you don't earn love or belonging after you've survived. a human truth, something that indigenous wisdom knows, is that love and belonging is what makes survival possible in the first place. We do not survive without these things. So while Maslow's model where we find love and belonging only after tending to basic needs and safety, the Blackfoot model describes how that our tribe or our community is the very means through which we are fed and nourished and housed and clothed and protected. The pyramid that we all learned is a Western individualist distortion of an indigenous communal wisdom that was never given credit when these models were being developed. For the record, I think the same distortion, if I had a soapbox, I would put it right here. I think the same distortion actually happens with Jesus' teachings and the wisdom and the way he lived, the way he taught. I think the same distortion has happened where it's been whitewashed to sort of center the individual, me and my God and my relationship to Jesus, or my salvation, so that when I die, I go on the right elevator up or down or whatever. I think that's been done in modernity, but I think it's actually rooted in something very similar to the Siksika model, that belonging and remembering ourselves to community is the thing. The Siksika nation and indigenous wisdom from around the world really understands something that our public health systems are only now starting to name as a crisis. Because this individualist thrust has actually created a crisis. In his 2023 report, which is called Our Epidemic of Loneliness and Isolation, former Surgeon General Vivek Murthy wrote that loneliness is associated with greater risks of cardiovascular disease. Loneliness is related to physical things, cardiovascular disease, dementia, stroke. What else? Depression, anxiety, and premature death. In fact, lacking connection can increase the risk for premature death as much as smoking 15 cigarettes a day from now and forevermore. Serious stuff. On top of this, Vivek Murthy had done his homework, right? About 15 years ago or so, there's a social neuroscientist named Matthew Lieberman who wrote a book called Social. It's about how our brains are wired. His research showed that our brains react to social pain, right? You watch somebody have their feelings hurt. You watch somebody feel lonely and abandoned. You watch that kind of social interaction of pain. And our brains are wired to react to social pain and pleasure in much the same way as our brains react to physical pain and physical pleasure. This is something that makes humans a rare species. We're not the only ones, but we are some of the only ones that do this. We see pain and we feel pain. We see our children hurt and we hurt. We see what's happened this winter. We see families torn apart from each other. And we feel it as if it's our own experience. That's how our brains react. Social connection, so this is Matthew Lieberman's work. Social connection ensures that infants survive. If we took Maslow's hierarchy of needs and assumed it to be gospel truth, you could, in theory, take a newborn infant, set them on the ground with a pile of food and a water bottle and a little tent over them, and they would survive. Not one ever has, right? Hopefully not one they've ever tried that. But our first source of nourishment is not food and water and shelter. It is not physiological needs. It's our sense of smell. It's our connection to the bodies of our parents and caregivers. It's our knowing that we belong, that we're embraced. You hold a child and you can feel their body relax. Oh, there's nothing better. Like that's the base of the pyramid, right? That's the fundamental thing. Here's your second fill-in. Connection is not a reward. Connection is not a privilege that you get for getting your life together, for getting your physiological needs met. It is not. It's how we stay alive. It's how we stay alive. How many people do we know, or how many people are we who have, when we've had our physiological needs met, but we don't have social connection? And everything goes downhill. Knowing that I belong matters as much as food and water. So, back to Mary. Here's our slide. Back to Mary's. When Jesus says her name, when he sees that she's in this pain, this disconnect, this isolation, this uncertainty, he sees her pain and he says her name out of a deep sense of knowing who she is. It is no small thing. It's not just a warm gesture. That moment where she goes from deep agony and pain into relief and purpose and belonging and safety, that is what resurrection is. She came to life. She came to life. She was invisible to herself in her grief. She couldn't see clearly. She was looking right at the one she was looking for. She couldn't see him. I know this has been true in my life. In deep, deep grief, I become blind to a whole lot of connection, to my own needs, to the reality that I'm loved, that I belong. I see the thing that feels deficient or gone or missing, and I go, that's my life, despite the rest of my reality. And then Jesus says her name, and she sees. This is what being truly seen does. It wakes something up in us that grief and fear and shame had put to sleep. We can't fully come alive alone. We can't will ourselves into deeper, more intricately woven life. We can't do it on our own. We can't come alive alone. We come alive when we are recognized. When somebody looks at us and in a word or in what they do, they say, I see you. You're here. You matter. From a womanist theological perspective, which is one of my favorite kind of lenses to look at theology through, this moment carries particular weight. Mary Magdalene, who is a woman, the first witness, the one that tradition has spent, and institutions have spent centuries trying to sideline or diminish, is the first person that Jesus appeared to in this story. He doesn't appear to the disciples or the other followers and friends who were gathered in a home together. He appears to her. And he appears to her and calls her by name. The people that empire systems, both Roman and empire throughout time, American, the people that empire tends to undervalue or say they don't matter are often the first and or the only to see clearly. And so, by means of invitation here, like, what does it mean to see and be seen for you in your life? I think that there's two movements. There's the movement of receiving, and there's the movement of offering. And that can help us to come alive too. So in the receiving act, I just want to invite you to kind of do a scan, do an inventory of your life, your relationships, the lens that you're looking through. Often the lens we look through is what we end up seeing. So look at your lens. Is there a part of you that is weeping outside of a tomb? In grief, unable to recognize what or who might be right in front of you? What would it mean to let yourself be called by name right there? To let yourself be seen not as you think you should be seen, but as you are. What would that be like? The second movement is one of offering. We very rarely do one or the other of these. We often do both simultaneously. We are humans. This is what we do. So perhaps in that moment of receiving, how also are you offering? Who in your life might need you to look them right dead in the eyes and say their name? I see you. You're here. You matter. Really deeply. Not to fix them, or not to explain things to them, or impart your deep wisdom, which I know you have, but to just see them, to call them by name, to say your experience is real. The Easter story, at least this one, suggests that I think that that's what resurrection, that's what new life, that's what it can be in everyday life. So, as you've thought about that, maybe where are the places that you're in deep grief or isolation, loneliness, or you're aware of others who are in the same position. What does that feel like in your body, in your brain, in your skin? What does that feel like? I want to give you 3 phrases. I failed to make a slide for this, so you're going to have to jot them down or just remember them or just experience it in the moment, just like be in the moment, and adapt them based on your memory of them. 3 phrases. 1, you got to be comfortable first, so get comfortable. Loosen up your shoulders, let your tongue drop from the roof of your mouth, all that. Hand somewhere on your belly or your heart, wherever you feel that tension. For me, it's like kind of my belly. And you can say it with me if you want, or you can listen to others. Love is how I survive. Love is how I survive. Feel that. The second, everybody needs connection and deserves it. Everyone needs connection and deserves it. What does that feel like to say? Third is, I deserve love and connection. I deserve love and connection. May you believe it. May you believe it.
Well, would you please go ahead and pass those little white bags in the aisles, and This is a good moment to put those communication cards in there. Yeah, just as a reminder, if you're new or newish around here, I know that it's common to be expected to, put money in the hat and whatever, but just know that your presence here, your being here, is a gift to us. We don't expect you to do that. It continues to be amazing to me that that this community is a self-supported thing, and so I do thank you guys for that. But however you choose to invest yourself into this community, it's enough, and it's what makes us who we are. So thanks for that. How about this song I wrote for you guys? It's called Woven. Feel free to stand up and move as you feel like it. Just do what feels right for you. Maybe it's a moonshot, maybe it's utopia, maybe it's never gonna be. Optimism, maybe we can see, we are a threefold chord, one, all things and oneness itself. We will not let go, won't break with the weight, 'cause we are woven. Maybe we just don't know where to start. Let the fear in and let the schedule win. Even with the warning of our loneliness, but we are a threefold chord. One, all things and oneness itself. We will not let go, won't break with the weight. We are woven. Chord. One, all things and oneness itself. We will not let go, won't break with the weight. Oh, we are a threefold chord. One, all things and oneness itself. We will not let go, won't break with the weight. Sing it. We are woven. All right, let's sing one last one together. Come run, I will stay. found. No one is an island, let your guard down. You don't have to fight me, I am for you. We're not meant to live this life alone. Oh, oh, oh. I see fear in your eyes. There's no safety here. Oh, my friend, let me in. I will share your tears. I wish you never thought you had to go. I wish you never thought you had to leave. Together we can lift each other up. We can build a shelter for the weak. Come on. No one is an island, we can be found. No one is an island, let your guard down. You don't have to fight me, I am for you. We're not meant to live this life alone. Oh, oh, oh. Trouble, rain or fire, let's reach out to something higher. We're meant without each other, we are not alone. The trouble, rain or fire, let's reach out to something higher. Eyes open to one another, we are not alone. The trouble, rain or fire, let's reach out to something higher. Ain't no life beside each other, we are not alone. The trouble, rain or fire, let's reach out to something higher. Eyes open to one another, we are not alone. No one is an island, we can be found. No one is an island, let your guard down. Please don't try to fight me, I am for you. We're not meant to live this life alone. Oh, 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 oh. No one is alone. Why are you trying to fight me? We don't have to do it alone. We don't have to do it alone. We don't have to do it alone.
All right. Well, I hope that as we have tried this lens on today together, that you belong, that who you are is good already, that there's some kind of like divine cosmic belonging as the baseline. I hope that that's one that you can carry with you and keep walking with. But if you need to set it down and chew on it for a while, you can do that too. Next week, we're going to try on a different lens. We'll take out that cartridge and put in Popeye. Next week, we're going to use the story of Jesus reappearing on a beach and feeding his disciples, feeding his friends fish.
Ian!
Yeah,
Ian!
Oh, Dr. Flutterby.
Have you seen it? Have you seen the beautiful blue morpho that I was looking for last week at Easter if you were here?
I did not see it. Did it get
Okay.
put away in the cages?
Maybe. I haven't checked there
Oh,
yet.
okay.
I'll go there next. Ian,
Yeah?
I have some really exciting news to share.
What's your news?
Well, if you don't know me, I'm Dr. Flutterby. I'm an entomologist.
Hi, Dr. Flutterby.
And I'm here at Fabric for the next couple weeks studying some tiny creatures with our kids. And today I got to meet all of the kids in the wild for the very first time.
Oh my gosh!
It was so
yeah.
much fun. The kids got to meet their middle school crew leaders and their high school station leaders.
Lucky kids.
They are coming back in right now to share all of their wonderful stories about everything they learned. Today was kind of a warm-up week to get introduced to the idea of being in the wild and researching bugs together. And then next week, right here at 10:30, they're going back to the wild to learn about some tiny creatures in the world that can do big and mighty
gosh.
things. I know, it's so much
Dr.
fun.
Flutterby, if I know some kids, is it too late to have them start coming next week?
Absolutely not. It's never too late to bring a friend to the wild.
Okay.
Any week that a friend shows up, they can check in at the check-in table and get assigned to a research crew.
Excellent.
Sound good?
Well, thanks, Dr. Flutterby.
All right, I'm going to go check the cages for this blue morphle.
Okay, see you later.
Bye.
Yeah, bye. With that, come next week for either Little Bugs or whatever we're doing. All right, good to be with you. Thanks for being Fabric. Thanks for being here. See you next week. Have a great summer day.
Here's the one thing that I want you to know. You got someplace to go. Life's a test, yes, but you go toe to toe. You don't give up, no, you grow. And you use your pain, 'cause it makes you you. Though I wish I could hold you through it. No, it's not the same. You got living to do, and I just want you